Hey everyone, and welcome to the show. You are listening to YarnGasm, episode 56. I'm Kristen, your host, also known as Voolenvine on Ravelry and Twitter. And welcome to the show. If you are a new listener, viewer, welcome. I hope you enjoy it. And so, yeah, let's get to it. First on the agenda, I want to talk about just a quick update about Hurricane Sandy. Everything's returning back to normal. Slowly but surely, we're getting back to a level of normalcy here in the city. My trains are, for the most part, up and running. The G, the L, the 7, they're back in full swing. So I could not be more excited to get to work at a decent time. Just no biking across bridges and stuff like that. No, I'm done with that. And it came, my train, the G, which I heavily rely on, came back just in time before the nor'easter, which followed Hurricane Sandy. Go figure. Anyway, but yeah, that said, I can't say the same for people in the Rockaways. I wish them a quick and speedy recovery. Everyone on the shoreline got slammed by Sandy, so I'm just, my thoughts go out to those people, and I wish them a very quick, or as quick as it can be, recovery and everything. But that said, I also want to mention Venus Fueri of the Subway Knits podcast. She is holding a fundraiser for anybody that wants to donate to hurricane relief. Her last episode, she gets into, she talks about her experience, and I highly recommend, if you want to hear more about, what it was like, just listen to her podcast. It was a good episode. I got a little choked up. As did she. But, anyway, she's having this fundraiser where you can donate $5, at least $5, to any charity of your choice. And in return, so many podcasters and yarn shop owners and designers came out of the woodworks to contribute to this fundraiser, donating yarn, stitch markers, anything like gift certificates. Anyway, if you donate, you're automatically entered to win prizes. I will post a link in my show notes to her Ravelry page where you can find out all the info and whatnot. So if you're interested, check it out. Speaking of fundraisers, I actually, as I mentioned in the last one, I donated to the New York Aquarium, which is very, like, me and Dennis, we love the aquarium. It's a special place for us. We had one of our first dates there, and anyway, I donated, because I heard that they were having problems. They were seriously, they're literally on the shoreline next to Coney Island, so they suffered severe damage, and it was questionable whether or not they could, the animals could continue living there. So, long story short, with the funds that they received, they were able to get the generators. And the animals are now happily they can live there. Although it's going to take many, many months for the aquarium to reopen because of the damage. But the good news is the animals can stay. They're happy. They're healthy. All is good. All is right with the world. And that makes me feel great. So I love animals. Anyway. So that's good news. That's good news. And I will, post a link to that info as well in the show notes. Okay, Hurricane Sandy update done, over. Let's move on to knitting. Off the needles. I can't show you what's off the needles because I'm currently wearing them in my boot. Hence the problem with knitting socks. Anyway, I have the yarn here. Sorry. If you remember, it's slightly in a slight spaghetti mess, but this is 3 Irish Girls Adorn sock in their Mayrin colorway, which is a very lovely teal, excuse me. Come on, focus. There we go. It's a very lovely cyan, teal / burgundy wine magenta self-striping sock yarn. Again, I was very surprised to find out that this was self-striping. The more you know. Anyway, good surprises. So yeah, anyway, we were watching, while we were kind of like stuck home, we were watching a lot of Breaking Bad, which not one of my favorite series. I do enjoy watching, like series and stuff like that, getting sucked into them. It's a good show. I'm hooked, but it's not my favorite. I'm more into the whole Downton Abbey vampire, what have you, genre. So, but Dennis likes it. I'm moderately I'm glued, but not one of my favorites. And the cat wants to jump up on the table. No, come on. Come on, kitty. Oh, sorry for the earthquake. I have a co-host standing behind my screen right now, so Kitty, would you like to say hello? Okay. Sorry. She's on the coffee table now. It's all good. You want to come here? Come here. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, I managed to finish the sock. The pair of socks while watching Breaking Bad. Anyway, it's a good show if you're into that whole. It's a combination between Dexter and Weeds, like a hybrid of that, if I could describe it in some shape or form. Anyway, good TV knitting. So yeah, I'll spare you my stinky feet. So just imagine them inside my boot. There. And that's pretty much what's off the needles at the moment. Last week I showed you a hat that I had cast on, Jared Flood's Seasons hat, which I will get for you. And I made significant progress on this puppy. There, if you can see it. So yeah, I'm knitting the slouchy version. Being done. Whoa. I've got to figure out why my camera does this. This is bad. Okay, there we go. So yeah, again, this is Jared Flood's Seasons hat and I'm knitting it in Knit Picks palette in 5 different colorways. So you have a gray, we have like a light. Let me see. We have like a golden brown heather, then like a teal, and then we have oyster heather, and then bittersweet. I remember that one, and then gray. So anyway, lots of colors. Love knitting this. It's just, so relaxing, and it knits up so quickly. And as you can see, I'm using a mishmash of different DPNs these are obviously from like craft stores like Michael's and stuff like it. Just a whole mishmash from when I first started getting into knitting. Anyway, but the problem therein lies all this mess right here. I'm gonna have to weave in. It's gonna be so much fun. So much fun. I cannot wait to weave all this stuff in. Spaghetti! Anyway, or I can just leave it and start a new trend with, look, you guys have like hair feather extensions? I have remnant yarn hair extensions. I digress again. It's been a long week, guys. What I'm thinking outside of the box apparently today, as I do. And so yeah, this is knitting up very quickly. What else? Wow, my hair is like super frizzy today. Sorry guys, I just blew dry it, and what happens is it just fluffs up, and I'm still working, like getting used to bangs, so this is as good as they've looked in a while. Anyway, fluffy hair syndrome. Anyway. So yeah, still on the needles. I may finish it today or tomorrow. I'll have a new hat for the next episode. Yay. And as if I could not get any more vanilla socks on the needles, I cast on a new pair. So this is, I think I showed it to you in a previous episode, but it's Colinette Jitterbug sock yarn, and I actually purchased this from Knitty City when I met up with Maria and Kim from Craft Stash, the Craft Stash podcast, and Kim actually enabled me to get this, and it's her favorite sock base. So thank you, Kim. I love it. It's, good recommendation, because yeah, it feels sturdy. It feels neighbors. I don't know why I do this. Anyway, but yeah, it's a very sturdy sock. It's just very it's not, it feels like it's durable. It's not going to felt as easily as many socks of mine do. So I'm loving it so far. And if you can see the colors there, come on, focus. There we go. Just very subtle, like deep chocolate browns, and then like a very muted like mauve or pink in between. And I was gonna knit, excuse me, I was gonna knit a cardigan, the Breezy cardigan by Hannah Fetig out of this, but I'm, it's a little too variegated for me to wear as a sweater, like too many colors. It's very busy. Although, like as I'm knitting these socks, I'm just kind of like, I kind of wish I did cast on a cardigan with it, but knowing me, I'm more of like a solid neutral. As you can see, I'm always wearing gray or black or just muted, easy on the eyes colors. I don't know. But anyway. Neighbors. So yeah, as you can see, gosh, goodness. Hello. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, I'm back to my favorite magic loop method. We're using, obviously, Nitpick's US 1s. And for some reason, I'm still holding a DPN. I don't know why I'm doing that. Anyway, but yes, I'm back to magic looping, my favorite preferred method of sock knitting. It just works for me. I don't know, to each their own. So yeah, it's coming along very quickly. I don't know. I might keep these for myself, or I might give them to Dennis. He honestly, let me talk about socks and Dennis. He is not a fan of wearing hand knit socks. I know, right? Anyway, he's not. Apparently he prefers cotton, or just he feels like the stitches are kind of they press into his feet, and they're not. He finds them not comfortable, because I guess when he runs and just wears sneakers, he doesn't like the way that they feel, and he prefers to just wear them around the house, which I can see. I'm fine with that, but then it's like, so I can't ever knit you socks? Whatever. Anyway, I'm just kind of miffed that he doesn't, not miffed, but just like, why don't you like socks? They're so great. Why can't you like them as much as everyone else does in the knitter community? Anyway, I'm babbling again. So vanilla sock on the needles, and Dennis's sweater, which I'm making very slow. This is what happens like when you're a selfish knitter. Excuse me. Soda. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. But yeah, this is what happens when you're a selfish knitter. You get excited about the project, but when you know it's not for you, it's like, yeah, I'll just take my time on it. Ooh, new project. And you get distracted. But I need to finish this for the holidays. I need to. So I think tonight when we watch more Breaking Bad, I will put another dent in this. I knit a couple rows last night while we were watching, and I think maybe about an inch into it. But as you can see, like, I'm past the ribbing part, and now I'm up to just like the plain stockinette, and then this is going to be like the underarm part, and then there's going to be another panel for the front right and back, and so yeah, had I just knit this part just plain stockinette, you could see like the curling would just be unbearable. So and I'm using, like, I think they're Boy needles, Boye. Wow, my throat is so groggy today, guys. I'm so sorry. And obviously not my favorite choice of circs at all, because because as you can see, if you know what it's like working with these, wow, I'm sorry. If you are listening to the audio, I apologize. My throat is so incredibly groggy. I don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, like the circular wire on here is just plastic, like bendable plastic. It's not very flexible at all. But I think I need to increase my, or stock up on my maybe Knit Picks Fix Circs, or who knows, maybe get a pair of signatures in size 7, but obviously my stash is lacking, my needle supply is lacking in 7s, so add it to the Christmas list, I guess. But this is, again, the yarn is Knit Picks worsted wool of the Andes in cobblestone, and I'm almost done with the first skein, and I have like 12 more Yarn Fortress. Anyway, so yeah, that is pretty much what I have going on the needles at the moment. Not much else to speak of knit-wise. Moving along to the last segment, quilting update. I promise it won't be long. I ordered fabric yesterday. JoannFabrics.com. I think no, it's Joann, JOANN.com. They were having a huge fabric sale. I think fat quarters were going for $1.50 each. So I said, oh yeah, I'm just gonna, go to town here. And I ordered the colors for the quilt that I want to make for our bedspread. So I'm not confident that I know how to quilt very well. I definitely don't. I mean, I'm not a pro at it by no means. I did a test. I did a test square yesterday, like a mini quilt, like a pot holder. I know how to put the binding on now. I got it correct, so I can get those neat little corners at the end and flip it around, and then I just have to stitch, like do an invisible stitch to finalize the binding, to close the binding and everything. But I'm getting there. It's coming slowly but surely. I'm getting the swing of it. And a couple people actually reached out to me, like left me comments about getting into quilting and whatnot. And like some said, be careful, it's like I lost so much time, knitting time that I sacrificed to quilting and whatnot. It's just like it's a mixed bag hobby, but don't worry. This is just a fun side hobby for myself. I have always wanted to know how to sew, and I'm getting good at it, and I don't think it's a waste of time at all for myself, personally speaking. I think I'm having fun doing it. I'm having fun teaching myself. And yeah, so we'll just see where it goes. I'm having fun with it. But yeah, again, side project, knitting first. I love it. It's not going anywhere. This podcast is not going anywhere. I know a couple of people reached out to me. They're like, please don't pod fade. Don't, we keep up the good work. And thank you. I, really love hearing from listeners, and I'm so glad you're enjoying the show and the video podcast. I've been getting such great feedback about the video. So that means, I'll keep doing it. You like it. I am having fun doing it. So there shall be more. So yeah, that said, it's a short episode this week. I'm sorry. Because of the hurricane, it's just been another crazy week at work and everything, with things just getting back into the swing of things. I haven't really had time to really put a dent in much stuff, as you can see. I mean, my hat, yeah, but yeah. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. Please reach out, say hello. I love hearing from you. What else? My necklace is slightly off. Yeah, okay, there we go. But yeah, please, feel free to ping me on Ravelry or Twitter. I'm Voolenvine. That's VOOLENVINE. Visit my blog, Voolenvine.com, to read everything that I mentioned in the show. Will be posted, links, what have you, on the episode page. So yeah, check that out. And the Ravelry group, say hello there. I'm always popping in to say hey and answer your comments and everything. So that said, have a great week, everybody. Happy knitting. Until next time. Bye.